It's the way that the Welsh Government have gone about introducing this blanket ban across the whole, a blanket speed reduction across the whole of Wales, that even their own backbenchers in the Welsh Senedd have highlighted. A gentleman called Ken Skate, who was the economy minister, said that there hadn't been proper engagement, there needed to be more engagement, and we're seeing that come through in the petition with the record number of signatures opposing this blanket ban on introduction of 20 mph.
Residents in Wales have been in uproar over newly imposed 20-mile-per-hour default speed limits. It's only been in place for less than a week, but hundreds of thousands of residents are campaigning for the law to be changed. The Welsh Government says the limits will cut road accidents and in the first year of operation will save the NHS around £92 million. Joining me now is Andrew R.T. Davies, Assembly Member for South Wales Central and leader of the Welsh Conservatives. Andrew, as we just heard, there's been a huge backlash to this with over, I think, 400,000 people signing petitions against it. Is it likely to be repealed, and why do you think there's such strength of feeling?
I very much hope the Welsh Government will reconsider their position. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but I think the strength of feeling shown by this petition, as you said, 420,000 signatures to date and still going. Just to put that into context, if it was held in England with obviously the far larger population, that would be about 7.5 million people signing a petition, by far the largest petition that has been seen in England as well. So there's a lot of groundswell of opposition to these proposals that the Welsh Government have brought in. And I do hope that the Welsh Government do see sense and review this decision, because it is seen as draconian in many communities.
But then, I mean, obviously climate change and what we need to do to ward it off or to solve the issues, is something that really polarizes people. What would you say to the Deputy Climate Change Minister, Lee Waters, who says it's good for the environment and it's cutting road accidents?
Well, the evidence doesn't show that, because obviously a lot of people will be having to drive in second gear or lower gears to maintain the speed that they're going through a residential area. This is a blanket speed limit that's been delivered across the whole of Wales, which is unique in mainland UK, and only in some other limited countries has it been deployed, such as Spain, for example, where overall road accidents have actually gone up. And when you look at the Belfast study that was held into a similar scheme held in Belfast, there was no disconcertable decline in the number of road traffic accidents in that particular area. So it's the way that the Welsh Government have gone about introducing this blanket ban across the whole, a blanket speed reduction across the whole of Wales, that even their own backbenchers in the Welsh Senedd have highlighted. A gentleman called Ken Skate, who was the economy minister, said that there hadn't been proper engagement, there needed to be more engagement, and we're seeing that come through in the petition with the record number of signatures opposing this blanket ban on introduction of 20 mph.
Just finally, I mean, your party has tabled a vote of no confidence on Wednesday against the Deputy Climate Minister, who's responsible for the policy. What do you expect to happen?
Well, sadly, I don't think the other parties will vote with us. I'd be surprised if the government did lose confidence in their own minister. But it is a way of responding to the petition, because many people who have emailed me and other colleagues have said, well, what can we do? Well, as Welsh Conservatives, what we've been doing is putting debates down to try and repeal this legislation in the first place, which the government voted and the Nationalists voted to stop that in its tracks. So that's why we have this blanket 20 mph across the whole of Wales. We've now put this motion of no confidence in the minister down for Wednesday's debate. But ultimately, when you want to see action, you've got to look to the Welsh action, and the 420,000 people who signed this petition can rest assured that we'll keep championing the cause on their behalf.
Andrew R.T. Davies, Assembly Member for South Wales Central and leader of the Welsh Conservatives, thank you very much for joining me.